So Mel and Martell's custody hearing is tomorrow. And we're supposed to, well, I'm talking about we, like it's our like it's our case. They're supposed to receive the verdict, the judgment, the decision the same day. So I was just thinking, we all praise Martell. One thing we can agree on is that everyone has always praised Martell for being a great father. And I'm sitting here wondering, how great of a father could he be to continue to put his children through this type of trauma, emotional trauma? And I say that because they allow us to see what they want us to see. You know, he's not going to show us when the kids are upset. Mel's not going to show us when the kids are upset. They want everyone to see the kids happy, in good spirits. And that's with anybody. Nobody's going to show you their downfalls and where they're failing at and coming up short in life. But what we can safely assume is that those kids cannot be 100% happy. We have to think about the changes that they've endured within the last 2 years, going from a 2-parent household where they have their entire family there, going on family trips, vacations with both their grandparents, playing with the Scott kids, to now you have mom in her home, dad living with grandma. We have to take separate trips, and out of nowhere, we have a brother. You know, mom wasn't pregnant, and dad just came and told us we have a brother. So what do you think is going through the kid's mind at this point? Because I'm thinking like, okay, well, where does this kid come from? You know, if if they haven't been introduced to Ariane and they don't know her as their stepmom, or like, who is she to them? Like, what do they think? Who do they think this woman is? We have to realize that Huntsville is not a huge city, that I'm quite sure the people in Huntsville watch the show, whether they admit it or not. I'm quite sure they have table talk. I'm quite sure the kids listen. The kids have to go to school with these children. We don't know what's said at school. We don't know what they hear. So you can say that, no, the kids don't watch the show. No, the kids aren't on YouTube, but they're not home 24/7. They're not around their parents all the time. And children these days are very smart. That oldest Hope daughter, Mariah, is very smart. We don't know what she's seen. We've seen Ariane from the beginning of the show. The second season, get on to Instagram and YouTube and talk about Melody like a dog. We don't know what type of effect that'll have on these kids, what that'll have them feeling towards Ariane, towards Nas. This is his mom talking about our mom. This is his mom coming into our family, ruining our family. This is his mom that's causing a lot of distress. Melody says she used to sit in the closet and cry. Her children saw that. They'll have to realize that this woman, their brother's mother, was a part of the reason that their mom sat in the closet crying. Their brother's mother is a part of the reason their family is no longer together. These are things that they're not going to let the public see, but we know for a fact that this is going, like, this is no allegedly. These are things that these kids are going to have to deal with. Let alone the fact that their dad is now taking their mom to court for full custody of them. And why? Because we can safely assume that Mel is a great mom. She's a great parent. You can't say that she's inactive or she doesn't spend enough time with them, because he said that she was too busy. She worked too much. But they have joint custody, and they spend the same amount of time with the kids. So you can't say she's not active and she's not a part of their lives. And when she does have them, if work comes up, she sees that they're taken care of. So we can't be taking Melody to court because she doesn't have the kids. She has them the same amount of time that Martell has them. Can't say that she can't provide for the kids, because out of Mel and Martell, Mel's the only one that seems to be working. Can't say that she abuses the kids, because every time she has them, she makes sure to get on live and show us those children. Those children they don't seem to be abused. So what's the purpose of taking her to court for full custody? Some say money, I say money, child support. You know, he's not able to live his life the way that he wants to. He can't provide for himself and 5 children. He see Melody's vacationing. She's taking trips. You know, she's working. She's in social groups that he's not invited to. He has the tag and the attachment to him of his baby mama. She's a wild card. She's emotional. She's disrespectful. She's childish. No one's going to put him in certain circles with this going on. So what is the purpose of taking her to court besides continuing to flip your kid's world upside down? And it's not about taking sides. I am on Mel's side, but let's just be honest here. It's easy to be on her side when she's always proven or seems to be proven to be right or in the right. No, she's not perfect, but what other reason? Like the reason that Martell is being portrayed as the villain, he's easily made the villain. It's easy to blame him because he's continuing to put himself in this position to where he's to be blamed. Are you not thinking about the well-being of your children, or is your pride so strong and your ego so big that you're willing to continue to put your children through emotional heartache and pain just so you can try to make Melody's life a living hell? When we've seen time and time again different instances where Knox should be your focus, and Knox should be the one that you try to get full custody of and that you want to take Ariane to court. But we haven't seen that because Ariane has nothing to offer. But where does that leave your kids? Where does that leave the Eminem kids? What does that do for them? Can't put this woman in their lives now as their stepmom. They're going to eventually come across the videos of her bragging about calling Melody and telling her that her husband's eating her out like a champ, and how she took her husband with her eyes closed and she's slow and dumb, and the videos will pop up of Ariane saying Knox's siblings got him sick, and don't tell her not to talk about kids because she is going to talk about kids. And the way she looked and the look she had in her eyes when she's referencing those children and calling them the others. Can't bring her around, can't introduce her to those kids under these conditions. So where does that leave Knox with the children? Where does that leave your children, period, with your ex-wife? But I don't think at this point Martell is thinking about the kids and their well-being right now. Is simply and solely to hurt Melody. He thought for that month or so he was, I can't discuss her. We're on good terms. I'm not going to do or say anything that's going to, interfere with our co-parenting. Because maybe at that point in the time he thought that, he was going to get back in with Mel. Back in the bed. And it didn't happen. And it didn't last for long. The good guy, it didn't last for long. We eventually saw the old Martell resurface. It's a sad situation. Because the saying, when you dig a ditch for one person, dig one for yourself. You find that is a true saying. What goes around comes around. True saying. And by the end of it, Martell is going to be in a fill in that ditch. His world is going to come crumbling down. And Mel is going to continue to excel out there. And once again, where would that leave those kids? Not sure he's completely thinking about the children. He's not thinking about his own businesses. He's not thinking about his well-being. His only well-being that he's thinking about is a financial gain. Mel's making money, let me hurt Mel. The only way he can hurt Mel is through her kids and through her pockets. We always have to pray for those type of people, and we're just going to have to sit and wait till Friday. They get the verdict Thursday. Maybe one of them will come online and let us know. We'll have something to talk about. We have plenty to talk about, but this would definitely be something to think about, because I can imagine how stressful it is right now for Melody to even have to deal with it. Going to court to fight for your children because your ex is upset that you left him because he was cheating on you and got a baby. Just gonna have to pray for the kids.